what kind of messages should you send to a guy on a dating app? So if you made the bold and modern decision that you are going to discover how to make the first move and meet more men on your own initiative, give yourself a little pat on the back. I think that's awesome. Now let's look at how you can start to construct messages which are really going to hit that right balance of inviting him to invest and contribute into the interaction, and also being fun and enjoyable for him to read and also for you to write. So to start with, I have 4 principles which you should think about in terms of how your messages should be written. The first thing is that they should be fun. Writing messages in a way that is playful shows that we're not overly emotionally attached to the outcome of a situation, and it makes us seem much more warm and inviting as people. So we want your messages always to be fun and to be playful. The second point I want you to think about is effort. What is the right level of effort you should be sending to a guy? Now, you may want to not just send a wavy emoji, but likewise, you also don't necessarily want to send your autobiography to him either. So it's all about creating that balance where you send a 1 or 2 line message, which kickstarts the conversation in a way that's unique, gives him that opportunity to invest, but then doesn't extend yourself too far, because what's really important, as I've mentioned in some of my other videos, is that you observe how much effort he's putting into the interaction. The third thing I want you to think about is entice. How can you make your messages sound more appetizing? This could simply be swapping up, sending a kind of boring, how's your weekend going message, and instead thinking about how you can phrase that in a way that's more creative and more unique. Final thing I want you to think about is daring. How can you challenge him within the message? How can you create a little something for him to do so that you can still get that observation in terms of how engaged in the interaction he is? In case you didn't notice, that created the acronym FEED, fun, effort, entice, dare, which is a really good principle for you to work with in terms of how to create great messages to send to guys. If you would love to know more about FEED and some messages that I have created from it that are super effective in terms of how to flirt and connect with guys online, then you are more than welcome to join me at my free online coaching session that's coming up on December 12th. In order to join in, all you need to do is register your interest by using the link below this video. Anyway, so how do we then send a first message that creates a balance of these components, which is short, shows the right level of effort, but is still fun and playful, and also gives him the opportunity to invest in the interaction as well? Well, first of all, if you wanted to be really cheeky, you could just say something like, hey Adam, this is me cheekily leaving the ball in your court. Then put a tennis ball emoji, ... That's it. So in this example, you are kind of going, over to you, but that is often so much better than you just sending a message that just says hi or hello to start the interaction. This shows at least that it's fun, it's playful, it's keeping the messaging quite short, it's being silly and using the little tennis ball emoji. And again, it gives you a great opportunity to observe what step he's going to take next. So you're not really overextending yourself here. Instead, you're just creating an opportunity. Another example of this style of message could be, hey Raj, you're making me nervous with all that rock climbing, ! Any chance you spend any time off just relaxing, ? So a message like this, again, is really smart because you're showing that you've picked up on something specific and unique in his profile, but instead of being like, can you take me rock climbing sometime? You're, again, creating that element of challenge, that dare. You're saying, oh, that kind of makes me a bit nervous. Any chance you do anything more relaxing in your spare time? So again, you're still coming at this interaction and at this messaging exchange as a woman who is selective. You're still showing that you are choosing him based on his contribution to the interaction and that he hasn't just won that golden ticket into your life. Anyway, if you've enjoyed learning how to send a good first message, I would really, really, really advise you to get onto that webinar, register your interest, the link is below. And of course, I've got so much advice on messaging for both men and women on my YouTube channel. So make sure you hit subscribe and hopefully I'll see you again another time.